Bama B again. Been a long road. It's been, about a year, almost 2 years since I got out of prison, and I said I was going to be like a phoenix and rise from the ashes. And, I was going to do this tattoo thing, and make some positive changes, man, around me, man, especially with the younger group coming up, man. This younger generation, man, they falling off, man, and it's kind of our fault, you know what I'm saying, because we taught them this mentality, materialistic values and shit, chase this paper, any means necessary, things like that, these were the popular sayings in my time, Now, after going through that time in prison and listening to all them stories from all them different people, man, different castes, creeds, philosophy, religions, it didn't matter. Whoever it was, their stories were the same. It's like I used to tell them, we're all just cartoons anyway, man. There ain't no difference. Once we get some ink, we all in. We all in the same group, man. We're neither black nor white, nor Iranian, nor Western, Russian, whatever, man. We all cartoons, man. I really try to stress that until we learn to put all that shit behind us, man, about differences in beliefs and bullshit, and realize that we won, and that this is the only chance we got, and we solidify this foundation, and we reach for higher planes. Till that time, man, we're gonna just strife and war. And problem with that now is our technology is so high that when we strife and war, we threaten to destroy all, and that's the case in our history, over and over and over and over again. I argue this over and over again, that our civilization is far, 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 far older than anybody could ever imagine, that this planet just pretty much folds up on itself like a washcloth, in and out or whatever. Every religion and book describes mountains rising up out of the seas and earthquakes and, islands appearing out of nowhere. All these, catastrophic events, and I believe they're all true. And they're telling one single story over and over again. I reflect on this a lot, and I look around at the world around me right now, and it just really, I hate to use the word disgust, because I try to look positive. It's hard when you don't see too much positive. I got the worst news of my life this weekend, and involves my children. That's a big deal. I neglected their responsibility. I went to prison and left them in the shadows, and they had to fend for themselves for 8.5 years. My son in Houston, if you're following that story on Joy's Life's page, he dealt with that even longer, and I'll pay for that. I'm going to pay that pain and regret, all of them. I'll carry it, and I'm probably going to have to wait till I'm 18 to have anything to do with my son, they kind of got me trapped on that end. And then this weekend I got some news about my daughter that's still unconfirmed, I guess, if you want to say, or I know there's something, a father can feel when there's something wrong, I sat behind the fence and knew something was wrong in that part of my life, and I thank the Lord every day for them letters that I got, even though them come to find out the majority of that shit is lies, they still comforted me when I was in my hell. I'm in a dilemma now, what I do. Do you do what you always told yourself you would do in this situation? Or striving to become. You look for the middle way. You know, that's all you can do. But in the meantime, I look at this world, and I'm like an ice cube with no feeling. I'm numb to everything around me. My wife, she just fell sick at the same time. I got this news on the phone, you know, and this is all this stuff's conflicting me at the same time, you know, and I handled it, did pretty well. I take, you know, I hurt, but I had to maintain my, you know, my grip so I could get my wife to the hospital. She get her appendix removed at 8 o'clock this morning. You know, she's up there recovering now, my baby. Let me smoke. I ain't gonna leave her too long, so I'm gonna cut this short. But you know, I love that woman. She keeps me grounded. She helps me to see practical sense in a lot of my big thinking, because I tend to think very big ideas, and I'm kind of a small fish with no way to express them. You know, if nobody listens, I mean, how do you get them to listen? I love the world, man. I love life. I feel like, you know, this experience should be, approached and gone after it 100%, man. I feel like I'm half-assing everything, and that's why I'm always ending up with half-ass. You know what I'm saying? Even when I strive to do the best, I'm still striving half-ass towards my ends, and that's why I'm in this half-ass situation. I feel lost and confused, without no way to go, you know, and this is one of the first times in my life, man, I've been that way, where I really, really don't know what direction to go from this point. Like I said, my first video, you know, the Freebird video, I'm like a phoenix. And I'm going to rise from these ashes that I had put myself in. And I'm going to correct the problems of my past. And I'm going to finally achieve what all my fathers before me couldn't. And their fathers before them. I'm going to put my lineage back in line with its purpose. I'm going to guide the ones under me from now on in a positive direction, for positive growth, positive movement, you know, for everybody, or as many as they can reach, you know, or I can reach in my lifetime. But I'm going to set the course now on a firm foundation for them. And I'm going to do it with a selfless character, a balanced character of integrity and strength and courage, purpose. And I'm no saint, but I take responsibility for my actions before I make them, in my mind. So that makes, you know, these little things that people can point at me and say, well, you're a hypocrite, and you do this and you do that. Yeah, they can do all those things, because I've done them. And might have to continue to do some certain things that other people might not agree with. But they don't have to, because they're neither right or wrong. Because whatever you deem the responsibility behind those things, I'm willing to walk. I'm willing to carry my responsibility. And saying that, I feel like I am going to forgive. And I'm going to take my responsibility even further. I'm going to try to help right the wrongs of my others. The other people that was with me in the past, to kind of help direct me to my present place. You know, nobody makes choices for you; you make them. But you know, certain people are in a position to kind of sway you or lead you in another direction. You know, and they might not take that choice. They might choose the other for their own benefit, and they lead you astray unwillingly. But it's still, you know, y'all are connected now because both of y'all's future has been relying on that one choice. You know, that one choice. So, you know, I ask myself, am I my brother's keeper? Am I? They didn't keep me. They didn't keep me straight. Maybe it wasn't their responsibility, but when you ask me if I am my brother's keeper, I'll say yes, I am. And I will take that responsibility. And I'm hoping to do some good with this responsibility. I hope to, maybe together, you know, me and my brother, we can correct a lot of the mistakes of our past. We can heal some of the scars, you know, that we caused people. There's a lot of them that ain't with us, you know, and we'll carry those regrets the rest of our life. I will, he will. Yeah. We'll carry the regrets, but we'll keep pushing forward, though, for the ones coming from behind. And we'll keep completing this firm foundation for the ones coming after them, and after them, and after them. I suggest that the majority of you people out there better get doing it too, man. Get to looking. Anywhere you can make some kind of positive action for progress, you need to initiate now. The time is now. There is no holding back. Because look around you at the world and the condition and shape things are in. People are jockeying for position, and they want to hold ours. There shouldn't be a position. We as a like-minded people with the same wants, fears, dreams, aspirations, no matter Iranian, Chinese, Russian, whatever, American, black, white, whatever, yellow, green, we won. And it's the only ship we got. And the sea of the universe is turbulent. Are we going to be ready to sail? Or are we going to run around in disorder and chaos without a captain at the helm? Without nowhere to direct ourselves? That's the question we should be asking, not whether or not somebody should have nuclear weapons or not. It's a joke. It's a big game. These people playing it at y'all's expense, at my expense, and at my children's expense, and their children's expense, and our future generations' expense. And all we have to do is make a choice to change it. I'm a cartoon, bro. See that? And I'll never, you know, it's harder and harder, but, you know, I'll never get the notoriety, or I'll never get the, you the label, I guess, of a professional tattoo artist or whatever. I've been going now for almost 2 years on the street. I put about 7 in it in prison. I've been doing it a long time. I call it storytelling. Telling people's life stories. Cry with these people, laugh with these people, talk to these people. And all the stories has been the same. Describing the same life. We all are living it and experiencing it. If I come across you or encounter you, man, I hope I make that experience that much more better for you, man. That's my goal. So I said again, man, the purpose of me tattooing, it ain't for financial gain. So if that's what makes you a professional, then y'all can have that. Or if you just gotta have, the notoriety or people just to point fingers at your work and all that, that's fine. There's some blazing artists out there that just capture the imagination with so much, technical skill. It's just amazing, and I lack maybe a little technical skill or whatever, but my stories are true. And they're compelling and interesting and different. Some have scratchy lines in the edges or whatever, and people point that out, but I like to point out to them that my life's been edgy and scratchy. I haven't drove a perfect line yet in my life. So, of course, my story is going to have crooked and scratchy lines when I tell it. Anyway, I love you people out there, man. And, I'm going to continue to tattoo, professional or not, labeled or not, whatever. And everybody I touch, man, whether you get a sleeve or a dot on your hand or whatever, we all cartoons now. There is no difference. We all a bunch of amazing characters sharing one awesome cartoon. I love you. Peace, man.